You went on a road trip. So then how long did it take for you guys to get engaged and then married?
2 months. Yeah, 2 months.
2 months to get engaged or married?
We went straight. It wasn't no engagement. It went straight
to marriage.
You got married in 2 months?
2 months. 2 months.
So how did that happen? Tori and Vajane met on Facebook dating. Their first phone call lasted 5 hours. For a month, they talked, FaceTime, and built a connection before ever meeting in person. And when they finally met, it wasn't at a fancy restaurant. She met him at a truck terminal in Atlanta. And 2 months after meeting online, they were married. I'm Dee Dee Patterson, and on this channel, I share real stories of couples who found lasting love on dating apps because I want you to believe in love again and see that dating apps really can lead to marriage. After all, I met my husband of 15 years on a dating app too. Tori and Vajane's story is proof that sometimes love moves fast because both people are ready. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome to next episode. We have another couple here. We have Tori and Vajane Wiley. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to just start off with the first question. What do you both do for a living? Who wants to go first?
I'll let my wife go first.
Well, hello guys, I'm Vajane. I'm CEO of Yacht Club Miami. It's a yacht brokerage in Miami, yacht rentals, and I'm also in property management. I do content. That's about it for me.
Good. What about you, Tori? What do you do for a living?
I do a lot. I got many hats. I am the CEO of Wiley Corporation. I am the CEO of 18 Wheels. There's 18 Wheels. Of that, and I am the founder and CEO of Crave Incorporated as well.
Nice. Good. All right. So we're going to start off with how long have you guys been married?
Yeah, 9 months now.
I think. Yeah.
9 months now.
Seems like forever.
Okay. So you guys been married for 9 months. You got married in September. Okay. But what site did you meet on?
Facebook.
Facebook dating.
Yeah, Facebook dating.
Yeah.
Facebook dating. We have so many of Facebook datings.
Really?
People might be sleeping on it. Okay, so you met on Facebook dating. Then who wants to tell a story of how you met? Who wants to go first?
You want me to tell a story of how we met?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Well, I mean, we was on Facebook dating, so I pursued her like any man should, So got into her little DMs.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that what y'all call it? DMs and stuff like that. And, we just built a bond. Like, we didn't even meet probably for a month.
A month.
Yeah, we talked and FaceTime video for about a month.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so genuine. It was a genuine connection to the time that we met. We didn't even meet in Miami. We met in Atlanta when we first met after a month. So I was the first one to pull that gun.
Yeah. It was like I think our first conversation we was on the phone probably a good 5 hours.
Yeah, just talk.
Just talk.
5 hours. Jeez, wow.
Talking.
Like old school, like when you was in high school when you met that person, you just be on the phone. You going to sleep? You sleep? Mm-hmm. No, I'm not asleep. So that's how it was. It started from there.
Wow.
But yeah.
So Tori, when you saw her on Facebook dating, like you saw her picture, you were attracted, and then you just sent her a message. Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's what happened. I mean, of course I liked it, and try to send her, a little text message or something, how they do. And then she responded, and then we just went from there. It just grew from just that initial message.
It grew from there, but on this Facebook, like the dating your preference, he put that when I was looking for someone local. I was tired of the long distance and traveling and things like that, and he was on the road.
But I was local though. I told her I just worked on the road. So, but
what state did you guys live in?
Florida. Yeah.
So you both were in Florida.
Yeah, I lived in Fort Lauderdale. She lived in Miami. So yeah, I was local to her, but just my job wise, I traveled for work.
He wasn't local.
Yeah, I was local.
No.
Okay. And then you said you didn't actually meet for a month. Why did you guys wait a month to meet?
He was on the road.
I was on the road. Yeah.
Okay.
Road. I was on a spiritual journey at that time. I was trying to pretty much find myself, trying to just clear my head and things of that nature. And I was actually, because normally, I don't run the road that far, but I was headed out west. I think I was headed to Washington State at that time. So when we were talking, I was like on my way out to Washington State, and she didn't think that I was going to be like back home. Like she thought I was like one of those drivers that be on the road for months.
Well, you took a month to get home.
Yeah, but it takes 2 weeks to get back from when you're going out west. So she caught me in the middle of my spiritual journey.
Yeah, when you say a spiritual journey, I never heard of that. Like, so you're just driving and what does that mean?
Driving, clearing my head, detoxifying from all the bad relationships that I have encountered. Just clearing my head, having that space. And it's nothing like the open road as a trucker. You can get on the road, you can clear your head, clear space. I didn't have anybody. I had my own place. I didn't have anybody to come home to, anything of that nature. So I was just on a spiritual journey, just wanted to, set the record straight and just clear my head. And then I met as I was doing that, I met Valjeanne as I was on my spiritual journey. So
as you were on your spiritual journey, you also got on Facebook dating during that time?
Of course, I had to scroll, needed something to do. It get lonely out there. It was lonely. And then I ran across Miss Valjeanne. And started.
How long do you think you were on Facebook dating before you ran across her photo?
I was on a week. He was on.
I was on it for a year.
A year? Okay. And Valjeanne was there for a week?
1 week.
I was on it for years, It was more entertainment at first to me, meeting different women. Yeah, I met a lot of great women, but they just was not checking my box how she, and I was like, wow.
So when you saw her photo, what stood out about her when you saw her on Facebook dating?
Her smile. That's one thing that stood out for me. You know what I mean? And I was in this thing that I wasn't going to date any black women. I was really in that. Like I was like, oh, I'm not dating no more black women. I'm going to date this and that. And then her smile just stood out, And then when I got to know her, I didn't even check her social media for a month. I didn't even know that my wife was a content creator at all. She would just do stuff and send me videos. I'm like, I just thought she's just doing a video. She's like, film this. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll watch that. But her personality, really, smile, her personality really drew me in. It was homely, So
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Good.
Southern personality.
So, I have to ask, why were you going to swear off black women? Why were you, why were you not going to date black women?
I guess just dating, I went to the ghetto side and all that stuff, and I just wanted to try something different, just a different nationality. I was into Latino women and into Jamaican women and all of those, just a different ethnicity. I just wasn't having good luck with the actual black woman, which I wanted. I was not having any luck at all. And I met Valjeanne. And she's 100% African American. She changed my life, period. Just meeting her changed my life completely,
Nice. Okay. Did you ever get to date women that were not African American? Or you were about to swear off? Oh, you did? Okay. And then, so Valjeanne, what stood out about Tori when he sent you a message? What stood out with his profile on the dating app?
It seems like what stood out first, the business that he was in. He had some really nice profile pictures as well. Of course, physical attraction is very important to me.
Okay.
To him at that point. But just getting to know him, this is family. He's a family oriented with his children, his mother, sister, and those things are really important to me because I have a family as well too, three daughters.
Okay. And what do you have, Tori? Progeny has
I have
3
two
daughters.
daughters and one son.
Mhm.
So, and in total we have 6 children. Yeah.
6. Wow. Okay. And they're mostly girls, isn't it? Like, okay, you had 5 girls and 1 boy. Okay.
Yeah,
We're the same age. So our kids are like all the same age as well, too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you said you didn't go on a date until 1 month later because Tori was traveling. So what happened on that first date?
She was flying to Atlanta, and I was coming back from the West Coast. So we was like, "Hey, I'm going to be in Atlanta," and she's like, "Hey, I'm going to be in Atlanta too. We should meet in Atlanta."
Oh.
And I got to the truck stop, and she immediately, when she got off the plane, she came straight to the terminal to meet me. Before she even did anything,
Okay.
she came straight to the terminal. That was our first meeting. After us being on the phone for a month of FaceTiming and falling asleep on the phone and all of that young love stuff, she met me in Atlanta at the terminal in Atlanta, and then went from there.
Wow. When you met her at Atlanta, was it love at first sight for either of you?
No. It was just like, it was good to meet you. You know what I mean? Like, I still
Okay.
it was good to meet you. You know, we've been on the phone all this time. Like, we just was joking and laughing the whole time that we was sitting there talking. And she had to leave because she had family obligations, but she said that she would be back. And I'm like, whatever, she ain't coming back. No, she came back. Like, she came back probably maybe about 4 or 5 hours later. She came back, and I was shocked that she's like, "Hey, I'm on my way back to you." And I was like, "Oh wow," because I didn't think she was coming back. So
when you say come back, was it to the terminal? Where did she come back to?
She came back to the terminal, to my truck.
Oh, okay. Okay, and you were just still there?
I was just there because we have like a 10-hour time we have to sit.
Was it 10 hours?
Yeah, it was 10 hours.
Okay.
But we stayed a little longer. But it's like with truckers, we have a 10-hour reset. You can drive for a certain amount. You have to sleep you have to sit for 10 hours before you can start driving. And she came while I was on my 10-hour reset. So
Okay, that makes sense. So she said, "Oh, I know you're going to be here for 10 hours. I need to go do something, but I'm coming back." And she did come back.
She's shocked. Because I didn't think she was, I was like, I ain't coming back. But she just texted me and was like, "Hey, I'm coming back. I'm coming back over there." I was like, wow, cool.
Okay, nice. And then what happened after that? She came back, and then
she came back, and I'm like, I want to watch a movie. Let's go watch a movie.
Yeah, then I put him in friend zone after that. Yeah.
She I was in friend zone for a day.
Yeah. Was it a day?
It was a day. I ain't stayed long.
Why was he friend zoned?
You tell it.
It was because of the act. It's like I met him for the first time, and I didn't get no roses, I didn't get no date, I didn't get anything. And you know what happened?
So when did you decide to put him in the friend zone? Like,
as soon as I left.
Okay, you decided to put him in the friend zone. And then what does it mean when someone's in a friend zone? What does that mean that you don't do what when they're in the friend zone?
Friend zone, I will still see other people that just, Because he was on the road for so long, so it was just like, he's not what I really want. I wanted someone local that I can date, that I can see more often. And so it was like, just put him in the friend zone.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so you put him in the friend zone, and then what happened after that?
I came home.
He made a reason to come home.
I made a reason to come home. I came home.
Like in 4 days. Back home is Miami.
Yeah. Came home, and I came to her place. I came down to her place, and we went out. And she told me, she was like, I don't want to be like that, but I want to go to a certain place to get something to eat. 'Cause I'm ready to go spend some money. I'm ready to go. We're going to go eat. This is our first date going on. She told me, she said, "You're not going to think nothing less of me." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I want to go to Red Lobster." I was like, "Red Lobster?" I was like, "Oh, all places." She's like, "Yeah. Don't think nothing about it. I want to go to Red Lobster."
They had that thing going on.
I was like, "Let's go."
Yeah. On the crab,
I was like, "Let's go." My eyes like popped open, like, why? Because I was shocked that she literally, I was ready to take it to Del Frisco's or some steakhouse. She said she wanted to go to Red Lobster. And that's what went to Red Lobster.
What did that mean? What did that mean to you that she wanted to go to Red Lobster? What did that mean?
It was genuine. Like, she wanted to get food, but I didn't have to really, even though I still spent $200 in Red Lobster, but she didn't care about going to Red Lobster or the Cheesecake Factory thing or whatever. Like, she would just go to go have a good time. And that's what we did. We went to Red Lobster, we sat at the bar, we ate, and we had a good time just chopping it up, just chopping it up. And then we went back to my place. And that's where everything started.
Yeah, that's where everything really started.
Yeah.
What does really started mean?
Yeah.
You became boyfriend, girlfriend?
We came more than that. I took her back to my place and I don't know, maybe this is what it was, but I just made her mine after that. You know what I mean? I sealed the deal.
Yeah, sealed the deal.
Sealed the deal after bringing her back to my apartment, and we just went from there, And
that next day, he invited me to go on the road with him. And I was like,
okay.
Yeah. I was like, I'll go. Try it out. Mm-hmm. And then that's just that weekend sealed the deal. That weekend.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
My truck had broke down. And it broke down in her home state. I had never been to Albany, Georgia ever in my life. My truck broke down in Albany, Georgia.
Yeah.
It had to be towed. I had to spend the night in a hotel in Albany, Georgia. Never been there, never even heard of Albany, Georgia. But that's where she was from. And I rented a car and I came home. I was like, I'm coming home. I'm going to stay in Albany, Georgia. But then she decided that she wanted to ride back with me. They fixed my truck. We rode back to Albany, Georgia, got the rental car, rode back, picked up my truck, picked up below, and that's when we started our journey from her town in Albany, Georgia. So it was like all the signs, there. They were there. I asked for that. I asked God for this type of woman, and He put He put her in my lap. And he like, yo, what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do? You gonna play around? You gonna let it go away? Or you gonna make, do something serious? And I went from there. And
I felt it while we was in a truck. That's why I promise you, we saw rainbows. We saw so many rainbows. Real life. And I asked God, I said, do I have permission to give this man my heart?
Okay.
Because this time had to be different. God, I need you to give me, I need to go to you first. Because other times, I need to go to you first. So,
did you get an answer to that question?
I did. The rainbow came.
The rainbow after you asked that question. Okay. So you said that the weekend that he sealed the deal that you were going to go with him, but you didn't go with him because it sounded like he got stuck in Albany after that.
So he got stuck in Albany, and then that's when he got a rental to come home, and that's when we went on 8. And then so they called him the very next day and said, your truck is ready. Then
I was like, I was like, you want to come? I just asked her, and she was like, yeah, I'll come. She packed her book bag up. And
I thought about it for a minute.
Yeah, she thought about it for a minute because I was taking her somewhere that she didn't know what she was getting into. And she said, you know what? Okay, I'll go. And then she packed the bag, hopped in the car, and we left and drove up to Albany. We did a road trip. Drove up to Albany, took the rental car back, picked up my truck, picked up a load, and came back down to Florida. And that's when she really started experiencing like the trucker life. Yeah, so she became the actual trucker wife.
Wow. So how was that trip for you guys?
It was fun. The guy she was dancing. Okay. She was doing content, but I didn't know. I still did not know that my wife was a content creator at that time.
Okay.
Doing video. It's like, do this, give me a handshake, give me 5. And I'm like, okay, she videoing her. I just think she put a whole production together to the point where it like almost got like 1 million views. Like whole together. I'm just thinking like she just videoing it just for memories. But no, she was really catching me all off guard, to the point till now we go to this QT. It's like we say that's our favorite QT. Yeah. Because that's where the first video actually was built, from that QT to Albany, going to Procter & Gamble and picking up a load. She did all of that stuff. And I I still did not realize she was a content creator. And she's like, yeah.
Wow.
And then she showed me her page and it was like, oh, wow. Like, she really does content. Like.
Nice.
Went from there.
Okay. You went on a road trip. So then how long did it take for you guys to get engaged and then married?
2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 months.
2 months to get engaged or married?
We went straight. It wasn't no engagement. It went straight
to marriage.
You got married in 2 months?
2 months. 2 months. 2 months.
So how did that happen?
I had a conversation with him. I didn't want the type of relationship that I've been in, a type of relationship that, you're over to my place more often and just I say giving the cow for free, just giving everything up without that title. And basically, I let him know if he want to court me, if he wants to, come over often and do those things. Like, I needed to be in a committed relationship, completely. And he said, let's get married.
Wow. Okay.
And I said, okay.
And that was after 2 months of knowing each other.
That was it. Yeah, that was within 2 months. That's probably the 7th week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I knew she was the one. Like, I knew it. I felt it. You know what I'm saying? Like, dating different women. Like, I never felt that experience with her. Just being around love that she gives me. I just felt it. And I'm just like, I need to lock this down right now. And when she said that, I was like, let's get married. And like when she said, she really went in. She set up a whole photo. We had a whole a photo shoot and everything. And I didn't even know that was our wedding shoot. Like, she's just like, we get up. We're gonna go take some pictures. And we went.
Nice.
Design district and took pictures, and we had a great time taking the pictures. I never did that in my life before, just taking pictures. But it was so genuine. I made her feel so comfortable, smiling and joking and laughing. Like we owned the whole area.
Yeah.
Like we owned that area. But I was having fun. I was like, I told her I never did this before. Like, never did. And it just went from there. And we was trying to get married on my birthday, September 14th. Things happened and it didn't work out. And I'm glad it didn't work out because we always said that we wanted to get married on the beach with nobody.
Okay.
And that's actually how we got married. It was nobody. It was no friends, no family. It was just us two and the judge on Fort Lauderdale Beach. It was Fort Lauderdale Beach, and we got married on the water.
Nice. What did your children think after you guys they found out you got married?
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was really crazy. That was really crazy.
One is sitting out here right now.
Okay.
But they didn't understand it because we didn't invite them. We didn't tell them.
Yeah.
We get joking around with my kids and we're like, we about to get married. They're like, yeah, I ain't getting married, Daddy. But when we actually really did it, like, we shocked everybody.
Yeah. My daughters knew, but they only wanted me to be happy. So they felt like I was happy to support you with it.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine them being shocked after 2 months. Yeah.
It was totally shocked everybody. My mom, my sister. We just went to my sister's house. My sister said, don't bring any more women to my house unless you're serious. And so I said, okay, cool. So when I brought her, I said, here you go. It's your sister-in-law. We're married.
Wow.
I'm serious. It's your sister-in-law. So.
Okay. What made you confident after 2 months that this is the person I want to marry?
We was talking and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I fell asleep on iPad in my truck. She was outside on her patio and I woke up and she was still there. She was literally, I woke up, she was still there. She was like, she was watching me, like she was protecting me. I've never had a woman do that. Like, they were like, okay, I'll call you back. Oh, hang up. Oh, she was still there. And that's when I the one. That's when I knew, because she basically watched over me and made sure I was good. I was like, that type of woman, she gets my back. And that's when
nice. Good. What about you, Valdene? After it was 2 months and you got married. So how did you know that he was the one?
I would say I knew that he was the one. Like I say, I'm all about family.
Mm-hmm.
I was like a lot of things in my last relationship, and it was certain things that I wrote a letter down to God of what I wanted in a man, and he checked out 98% of those things that I wanted from God, from a man. And that, I think he did the same thing similar. We both showed each other our letters that we, wrote to God of what we wanted and we looked at each other. We were like, wow.
Mm-hmm. It was almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Give an example of some of those qualities, list some of those qualities that were on your list that he meant.
Simple things. A provider. Simple things. That he cherished and loves me and just respect I could name off a lot. His family. He's involved with his family. His daughters, his kids. He's a man. I didn't see that before, but he they're on the phone with him like I am with my daughters, with his mother. He's checking in and calling. So I know if he takes care of his daughters, his mother, and loves them, I know that he would do the same for me.
Good. Okay. Now that you've been married for 9 months, what do you like about Vajane now?
Oh, well, she's just caring. She always just makes sure that I'm good, caring. If I eat, if I overeat, whatever, if I'm not feeling well, she just makes sure that I'm okay. And I like that. I didn't have that even with my mom. She was a tough cookie, you know what I mean? You're a boy, you gotta toughen up, you know what I'm saying? But that love where I could just lay on my wife. If I'm having a bad day, I could just come and lay on her and go to sleep and just be in the comfort of home. She's always making sure that I'm good, I'm eating well, that I'm taking care of myself. Just making sure that everything about me is well. And I've never really had that. I've had partial, but just not have always making sure that I'm well. And that's one thing.
Nice.
That works out.
It's good.
Yeah, and the same for me with him. Tori is a man. I can't open a car door. I can't open a door. The way he treats me, I can sit here. My facial expression can be off. And he wants to know what I'm thinking about. Let's talk about it. It's just the way he touches me. All those things really matter. Even to this day, I asked God, how can I love him even more? Because we're in love. I'm how can I love him more? And that thing in life, things was going well. Job's going well. We have a beautiful home on the waterfront. Everything is good friends, family, our children get along. Everything is going well until, you get tested in marriage, right? 9 months. I all of a sudden I lost my job and I lost our home. So that was a big hit.
You lost a home?
Yes, it's kind of difficult. But the big hit, so God showing me how this is how you're gonna love. This man stepped up completely. It's just this completely happened to him, not me, to him. And the way he just showed up and showed out and just comfort me in every aspect. I got you, no problem, baby. It's amazing. So it's just love. Okay, that's a different level of love that I haven't experienced with him. Because when chips are everything is good, when something goes bad, that things can happen, things can change in their relationship. But no, we got stronger.
Nice.
In a more beautiful home.
Yes, we are.
With our own podcast home.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys have another house now. You lost your old house, but you already have a new house. Okay, good. And then what advice, you guys met and got married in 2 months. What advice do you have for people who are looking for love online? Who wants to go first?
I would say for women, because we have a lot of women and men in our comments on our social media platform. We have a lot of engagement about love, especially online dating. I say they expect a lot. I don't expect you always want that they put 6'4" man, 6 foot over 6 foot. You're missing what that 5'8" man has to offer you, So just don't.
I'm 6 feet.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
But it happens a lot. I've seen it. Women want a 6'2", 6 feet, but you might have a guy that's 5'9".
Yeah, and
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Got it. I think people need to lower their standards a little bit,
just a little
because
bit.
you got a lot of good guys out here that's looking for love. We see it on our platform. of course, that's why we're starting our own podcast. I have my own podcast and I talk about it on 18 Wells, but we have our podcast that we're going to be starting soon.
The Wiley's Wall.
The Wiley's Wall. Mm-hmm. And we want to talk to, like, you know, couples that going through things, all of the things that they have going on, and also like standards. Standards is a big thing because my standard was I'm not dating any black women anymore. Like that was, you know, but I was missing out on this beautiful black woman right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have to like literally sit back and like, what do we want? What makes us happy? I thought that another ethnicity was going to make me happy than my own culture. And I revert back like, no, I need to be with a black queen because that what makes me happy. Yeah.
And also, like, I was like advised like setting boundaries. Like in this relationship, I wasn't given the whole call for free. Like, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. I think as women, I've been that woman. I gave everything trying to prove myself I'm this woman. I'm trying to prove I can handle this. I can take care of this. And I still didn't get what I wanted in return. So not giving you all of me.
Yeah,
good.
She set a boundary. She told me what she wanted. And that's what I wanted too. You know, I wasn't really, we really wasn't thinking about marriage. It's just like, it just made it right. You know, we just like.
He can't keep getting the cookie. I mean, it was basically, I said it, no, we're not going to do this. You're not going to have access to me, all of me. You're not doing it. And he wanted me, so he married me.
Good. That's the way it should be. Good. Okay. And then, Tori, do you have any more advice about people are looking for love online? Or did you say your advice already?
Well, I just think people, when they take their time to find the right one, lower their standards. You're not going to find the perfect person. You know, you're not. Neither one of us is perfect. She's perfect to me. I'm perfect to her. Mm-hmm. But you're not going to find, like, honestly, we get a lot of comments on our social media like, yo, you. I even get it from my boys, yo, you're so lucky. You know, you just, because they want what we have. Like, I play basketball with my wife. Like, we literally go back and forth and play basketball together. You know, a lot of guys want that. A lot of guys can't get that. Like, my wife helped me the other day unload a whole truck. Like, unload. She got her hand. She saw what I was up against. Instead of her just being, you know, a passenger princess, she grabbed a hand cart and she helped me unload that truck because she saw what I was up against. You can't find too many women that's going to do that.
Nice. Yeah, so, I think I saw a reel on that. That was good.
Yeah, I think that was like at 100,000 now.
So we
nice.
I tell everybody, just, you know, just pick your partner patiently and take your time. You know?
Yeah. Was it patient in 2 months?
Well, when you know, you know.
Yeah.
They say you know, you know. Like we're going on a year. We'll be married in a year in probably like 4 months. And I'm trying to tell you, this is the best decision that I've made in my life.
The best decision that I made.
Even though with us changing home, we went from one home to now we living in it's completely nicer area, enjoying our own space. Is something that we're building together. Eventually, we're going to buy our own house together. But this place right now, it's no attachment to anybody on her side, no attachment to anybody on my side. We've moved to a space and we're building it together. So
nice. Good. Okay. So then what you guys have been married for 9 months, but what marriage advice do you have?
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to pay attention to your spouse.
And you do that a lot. Sometimes he overly pays attention to me. And I'm like, I can't get nothing past him. Nothing.
I just always want to make sure she's well, you know. But I know when she's stressing. I know, you know, like even when she has her hot flashes at night. I can feel it. I can feel it on her body. It's like, no, I pay attention to her. If I got to turn the fan on for her, if I got to make it cold inside, no problem. I make sure it's just paying attention. And, you know, I've never did that in any relationship ever. Pay attention. I was more, I didn't care. I worried about myself. You know what I'm saying? Being selfish. So when you love somebody like that, you're not selfish. Like, you want to make sure this person is good. If she's not sleeping well, if she's sweating, I want to make sure that the fan, the air, all that stuff is on her. If she looking at me, looking at a certain way, and I see that look in her eye, what's wrong? What's going on? Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, we communicate a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, about everything.
And I've learned that.
Keep that open.
You know, I've had to change. Like, I had to change myself. Like, I tell any guy, like, if you really want the woman of your dreams, you have to change. You have to be for her. Some guys, they just don't want to change. And I was one of them guys. Like, I wasn't like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I don't give up. You know, I was one of those guys. And then it just, like, I got to change. If I want better, I have to change. So no man is even, you know, I know a lot of guys, you know, our daughters, they go through stuff. Guys, they with cheating and all that stuff like that. And I tell them, like, the man has to want to change himself. You're not going to change that man. If he wants to change, he will change on his own.
Yeah, and my advice is to keep God completely involved. Keep him first. Before something he does that probably will irritate me or hurt my feelings or something like that, I really don't go to him. I would go to God and talk about. I love him so much I don't even want to have an argument with him. I love him that much. To God and talk to God about the situation, and it says in his hands, and probably a couple of days I'll ease it on. But then we're not in an argument, because if I would have did that right in the heat of the moment, it could have escalated. But no, I with this, I love him, so I go to God. I say, you gave me permission to marry him. You can say he can have my heart. I take it to God.
Good advice. Okay. So, Tori, you mentioned that you changed. Did you change before you met Valjane, or did it happen while you were dating?
It happened when I was on my spiritual journey. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was in them streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally was in them streets. But I told Val, I wrote it down that I wanted to be a one-woman man. You know what I'm saying? Totally to her. I wanted to be a one-woman man. So basically, I was serial dating, you know what I mean? Trying to find that one woman. And I was finding it in different women. Like, this woman had this woman had this had that. So, but it still wasn't a healthy relationship, because you're still juggling between all of these women trying to have this one woman. And this one came along with everything. The love, the support. Hey, I got you. When you down, when you up.
This is
she was just there. Entrepreneurship, everything. Like I was down when I met my wife, and she's like, I got you. She's like, well, let's do this. I got you. And she carried me. Okay. Even with her losing her job, and I was like, oh, it's my turn to carry you. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do as a couple. You don't find too many women these days that want to, like, hey, you down? I don't want to be bothered with you. You know what I mean? Like, this and that. Like, no, I was down because I was juggling a lot. I was going through business was, going bad. I was dealing with a home in up north with my ex-wife, trying to get there. I was dealing with all this stuff. And every woman that I dated, they was cool to want to come and hang out, but they wasn't like, you know what? You need to do this. I got you. This and that. Val said, do this. I got you. Get rid of that. All this stuff.
Get rid of that home. Get rid of all this extra stuff you got. Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
It's waste.
It's not serving you anything. She's the first woman who ever said that. Get rid of this stuff. It's not serving you. It's draining you. It's all this. And you know what? I listened to her advice, and I got rid of everything. I cleaned everything out. Boom, 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 boom. So when the situation happened with my wife, now it was time for me to step up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to do what I got to do, because she had my back when I was down, and when she down, I got her back. That's what caused, I always wanted a woman where I can build an empire. And like right now, me and my wife, we're building an empire.
Good. Yeah, that's really good. Okay. So you mentioned that you changed when you were on your spiritual journey, Tori. Did something happen that you're like, I need to go on a spiritual journey? Was there like a big event or something that made you like decide I need to go? And then during that, Okay.
Women.
Oh, you went on your spiritual journey because of women?
Women. It's women. Like, I was a serial dater. Like,
Okay.
women at the time. It was the women. They were driving me crazy, but I wasn't gaining anything out of it other than pleasure. That's it. But I wasn't gaining like, oh, I'm dating these women. We're not building nothing. Like, what are we going to do? We're not building nothing. All I'm getting out is pleasure and a good cooked meal. That's it. Now, I'm not saying these women were bad women. Like, no, they were good women. They just wasn't the woman that I was looking for. They were great women.
Okay.
But I was looking for this woman. That's what I was looking
Nice.
for. And when
Good.
she around, I did not expect it. I did not expect everything. Val cooks, Val cleans, Val does everything. Sometimes I have to tell her, like, I got it. Like she'll do it. I got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I can wash my own clothes. Like, she'll like, yo, I'm the type of guy. I cook, I clean, I do that. But she'll do all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. She caters to me. And I'm just like, I've never really had a woman that really will just cater to me. Even though me as a man, I do this stuff myself. I don't have no problem cooking, cleaning, or this and that. So at the end of the day, when I'm home, I make sure that she's right. I open her door. She gets out. I want to treat her like a queen.
You do.
That she is. You know what I mean?
You do. That's why I pour so much into you, the way you treat me. I've never been treated that way, how he treats me. Yeah, it could be it could be with the wig off, no makeup. He makes me feel like I am a queen. I don't care. He's touching me every time I pass him. He touches me. Just I love it. I love it. He shows me so affection.
That's good. I love it too.
And he's always in a good. I'm just a bubbly personality, and we can wake up at 2:00, 3:00 in the morning. His attitude is just how it is right now. Bubbly personality. He's talking. It's just never like a aggression out of me. That's not him, and I love that. Both the same like that.
I woke up this morning, even though I had some bad news come up, I'm still touching on her. And I'm like, yo, but it's gonna be all right. So.
Oh, you guys are so cute. And then the last question is, what is your favorite part about being married? What's your favorite part about being married?
I mean, I just have so much fun with this woman.
Yeah, we have fun.
We have fun together. We sit there and talk. We have our social media days where we'll be sitting next to each other on the phone, commenting on each other's posts. We're
best friends.
Yeah,
we're best friends. We're on the phone all the time when he's not there. We are when we're together. We go out together. We just have
fun together. Like, we put a post up the other day with somebody captioned. It was somebody else captioning talking about how they want to be with their woman all the time. They don't want to be with the fellas and things of that nature. And don't get it wrong. My wife, she hangs out with her girls. You know, I hang out with my boys. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoy more being with her. You know, like I play basketball with this woman. Like, we really are in competition on the court. You know, we play cards together. We play Uno together. You know, we walk the dogs together. We shoot pool together. Like, I
mean, even like praising God. Like, he doesn't have like a really strong like church background.
I know. Yeah.
He don't. But with me, that's very important to me. And in previous relationships, of course, you know, I'm going to church alone. But when I approached him, I'm like, hey, let's go to church. And like before I know it, I'm like, I'm gonna have to like keep, you know, can you get up? Can we go? He was in the other room fully dressed. He's like, how do I look? Do it, you know. Every time I say church, he's up, and it's no fight. I love that.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Even got me. We went to church, and I was telling her, I said, people they was joining, right?
Oh yeah,
they was joining in church, and I'm like, I want to join. I was like, did you join? She's like, I already joined, right? And I want to join. Where do I sign up at? And she's like,
he's looking at the big screen. You know, they like join. He's looking at that screen. He's like trying to scan the code. I like, no, you have to go down there. You have to get out and go walk up. He's like,
what? Go down where? Down there? She's like, yeah.
I said, I'll go with you. But I see that made him nervous. I was like, this is a new experience for him. That made him nervous. I like, you know what? I held his hand and I said, when you're ready,
I'll be right there with you.
I'll be right there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was big.
That's good, because a lot of women, they're looking for the guy who's already at church every Sunday. What do you say to them, Tori? Because it seems like you joined after you got married to Bajane.
I really wasn't. I mean, I went to church. I was raised in the Catholic Church, but I just, with my mom. But I just wasn't. I mean, I got baptized probably a year ago, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, finally got baptized on the beach down here in Miami. But I've had women talk to me and they like, oh, I want a God-fearing man. And I was like, well, I believe in a higher being. And they hang the phone up on me. Boom. Like I told her, I was like, I'm a believer. You know what I'm saying? She didn't force anything on me. But she saw when I showed her, like, she knew that it was in my spirit that I believe. You know what I mean? And then when she said, let's go to church, I'm like, let's go. I haven't been to church in a while. I put on the clothes, got dressed up. We drove to church and went from there.
It was a good feeling.
And it felt good.
Felt really good.
And then the second time we went, that's when I wanted to join. And I'm like, what do I need to do? I need to scan the code. She's like, you got to go down there. I'm like, huh? Go down.
Mm-hmm. He was like, it felt like they were talking to us. I'm like, that's what church is. They're talking.
Good.
Even get to him praying. He's not, of course, don't have that background as strong. So, like, having him to pray. I pray for us. I cover this man. I pray every morning. I talk to him, touch and agree and pray. And to getting him to do that. So he's even he's vulnerable. He's opening up and praying. He's nervous. He don't really know what to say, but he's doing it. So that's why I got
good.
My God-fearing man.
Other than, I tell people when they're looking for love, then they just need to trust in God. You know what I'm saying? You have to trust. Okay. Not really being a spiritual person. I still put it out there. This is what I wanted. Yeah. I wanted this type of woman. And he put it in front of me.
And that's what I did too. I wanted this type of man. And at the time, you can't live a lifestyle, basically be in a relationship and want this type of writing God. He's not going to release that man until you open yourself up, open and available to receive it. He's not going to give you a good man if you're still with Mr. Comfort Zone. He's not going to do it. Comfortable. Once you step outside and let all that go, then he will open it up. So let that baggage go. If you want a good man, let what you've been keeping on, trying to the side pieces, let it go.
Once I did that. He did that. I did the same thing.
I did that. I was like, I let it go, and it was hard. It was hard. I was in an 8-year relationship. Let it go. It wasn't serving me. I was just being comfortable.
So after that 8-year relationship, how long did it take for you to meet Tori?
4 months. I would say 4 months. 4 months.
Wow. So you really did just let it go.
Let it go mean to let it go. Just walk out.
Because she was been out of it. That 8-year relationship, she was been out of it. You know what I mean? She was just there.
It was comfortable. I would say it was comfortable.
Thanks so much for watching. If this story inspired you, don't forget to subscribe for more real-life love stories from couples who met on dating apps. And if you're ready to find your own person, I've linked some free resources below to help you get started. See you in the next video.